welcome to New and In Between, hosted by me, Mia Quinn Maddox, where I'll be discussing the hows and whys to my journey towards my faith. I've learned through my highs and lows that this path is not mine to travel alone. Join me mid journey as I embrace my wins, losses, and everything in between. Hello, everyone. Welcome to New and In Between. I'm your host, Mia Quinn Maddox, and we are back for season four. Season four. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I've gotten here because it has been a journey. A, oh my God, it's been such a journey. But, anyways, for those who are new, welcome. To those who have been here before and are returning, welcome back. I'm so excited to be back. I am so excited to be back. It has been a journey. So let me just recap everyone for let me just recap everyone in on what's been going on for the last couple of months. I ended season 3 in December. December, I was also let go from my job. Everyone who's been following knows I was the wardrobe supervisor for a television show called FBI Most Wanted. I was the wardrobe supervisor there for, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say 4 seasons. Um, I was the wardrobe supervisor there for 4 seasons. I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. I was let go of that job a few days before Christmas. It was a major shock. It was, it knocked me down. It did. It knocked me down. It knocked me down. It was very many layers of betrayal and jealousy and backbiting and backstabbing and it was definitely a whirlwind that knocked me down, and I needed some time to grieve the loss of my job, which was it was it definitely knocked me down. So I definitely had to grieve the loss of that job. That job was it had great things that came with it. It had great lessons that came with it. It also had it left me with great trauma. It was what happened to me, and it was bad. It was real bad. So I'm not gonna get into the details because the details don't even matter. And the show has been canceled. So, it's not even it's been canceled. So there we go. So, anyways, from that situation, I definitely had to I was tested in forgiveness because I wanted to make sure that before I did this episode that I truly forgave the people who betrayed me. Um, and that was a hard process because I went through moments of anger. I went through moments of super anger. I was very angry because I just couldn't understand how people that you have helped and held their hands and tried over and over and went far and beyond and sacrificed that they would stab you in the back like how how they did. But everything comes with a lesson. But I wanted to make sure that before I did this episode that I forgave them, and the process of forgiveness is very hard. So I'm not going to say like it was easy. It took me a minute to process my feelings, to let them go, and to forgive those people, because at the end of the day they don't know what they do. Everyone thinks that they're doing something for their benefit, and they don't realize how much it's not. And I had to really, every time I thought about the situation, or I went back to moments or just things, and I would feel myself getting angry about it, I would I prayed all day long. God, please take this feeling from me. I want to forgive these people. I want to forgive these people. And it did. It worked. I'm able to talk about it now, and not have that, that feeling you get in your stomach when it's like when you talk about things that make you angry, or your underarms start to sweat, or you feel yourself getting tight. I'm like, I'm not there. So I was there, and I worked it. Oh my gosh, I worked that out. I did not want to feel those feelings, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I forgave those people, so that I could move on into into my new without the baggage. So it was very important for me to forgive those people. So I think I did, because now I could talk about it and talk from a place of what I learned. And I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. I learned that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And anyone who knows is just, just because they look like me don't mean they are like me. And it was a really big learning lesson for me, because I didn't realize that I was hiring people that I thought that because we worked together, um, before, or because I heard that they were great workers, or that, they were my coworker friends. A lot of great things came from the time from my time being off. I I was able to really, ooh, this is a good one. So when you have money, you think you're good with money, right? For the last 2 decades, I've worked in the music industry. I was a really big celebrity stylist at a point. I worked my way up through film and television to become a supervisor. I've made great money over the last 2 decades. And when you are making money and you have money constantly coming in, and don't get me wrong, I go up and down, up and down, up and down. Been up, 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 down a few times. Pandemic hit me, up, strike hit me. But when you have money, you think that you know money. And then when you go through a situation like what I'm going through now, being fired from a job unexpectedly, you realize how much you really are ignorant to finance and budgeting. I didn't know how to budget. I've always been making money. I've always had money coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. And I am a single woman. I don't have a husband. I don't have any children. So when you are just taking care of yourself, what comes in is yours. Um, until you fall flat on your butt and you see that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a person, I do spend, and I did get a lot better with my money. And I did have savings, and I do have a 401k, and I do have, I did have some backup funds and stuff, but they weren't I wasn't planning on using them. So I've been actually taking a class on, with Capital Collective, the associate pastor of Change Church in Ewing, a church that I attend a few times. I watch more so on when it live streams, because the main pastor, comes out of Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm taking this class, and I'm just, just getting a new mindset, a new perspective on money, on how to budget, on making sure that my 401k is in order, making sure my life insurance is order, making sure that all of my things are in a will or in a trust, so that when I do leave this earth, that I'm not leaving my family with a burden. I have tons of stuff, shoes and bags and clothes, and I'm a collector of fabulous things. And I don't want to leave my family with the burden of having to figure out where my stuff is going to go, or what we're going to do with my stuff, or how things are going to be separated or split up. So I've been taking some time with this class, making sure that all my ducks are in a row, making sure that making sure that I'm working on a will. Well, not a will, but also a trust, because there's some things, just learning that a trust is, how important a trust is, and making sure that I have one in place in case I go. We don't know. There's so many uncertainties going on. There are so many uncertainties in this world. I mean, we're watching planes fall out of the sky, and families be torn apart, and I mean, just so many natural disasters, earthquakes and fires and all kind of crazy things. So it just really made me think about the end. I really wanted to think about how I'm going to leave generational wealth to my family. I do have two nephews, and I have a sister, And it's important for me that if I do, when I do go, that I'm able to leave. I want to make sure that I'm leaving generational wealth for the next 3 generations. So in order for me to get to those goals that I want, I have to be a better steward of my finances. So this class that I'm taking has actually been helping me a lot, and just getting a real perspective of emergency funds, and making sure that I have all my ducks in a row, and learning how to budget, and really monitoring how I spend money and not wasting money. When I go through my bank statement sometimes and I start highlighting things and seeing where my money goes, oh my gosh, it's sometimes I'm like, wow, Mia, you are ridiculous. So this class, this situation has definitely given me the opportunity to grow in learning to be a better steward of my finances, because I do truly believe that God is going to give me more than I can ask, think, or imagine. But He's not going to give me anything if I can't manage what I have now. And I want to just become a better person. I don't ever want to be put in a situation again of unexpected, something unexpected, and me being able to be prepared for it. So that was something that was something that I feel like I learned from that helped, that this situation definitely helped me to gave me the time and opened me up to, even being open to learning how to budget and be a better steward of my finances and tide. And you know it's important. It's so important. It's so important. This is my second half. I'm going to be 45. I'm saying that out loud. I'm going to be 45 years old next month, May 18th. Please mark it on your calendars, because I do love for someone to remind, not to remind, to remember that it's my birthday. I do love a happy birthday. I do love a present, but I love just to be remembered with a happy birthday. So May 18th, remember that I'll be 45. So to me, I think 45 is going to be, this is my second half. I have experienced life, and life to the full. I have been exposed to the abundance of life. This time has given me time to really sit down, and I call it my highlight reel. So I've been talking to people, just from the music industry that I worked with, and bumping into old friends, and just, making new friends and having these new experiences where you get to talk about your highlights, and really think about how much you've really experienced in life. Like, I'm like, wow, I've been around the world, I've toured, I've worked for some amazing people, I've worked with some amazing actors. My bucket list for working with actresses and actors, I worked with Regina King, I worked with Halle Berry. I got lots of checks on my list of who I wanted to work with. I'm almost checked off. So I am very grateful that I've had this time just to think about all that I've been through, have seen, experienced. It's been time by yourself gives you a lot of time to think. So it's just been a good time. So I've been able to really think about my highlight reel and how great my life has been. So I'm looking forward to this second half. So I'm just trying to learn, I want to be able to use all the wisdom that I've obtained over the last 45 years into this new level of life that I'm going into, because I feel like I have graduated. I feel like I've been taking the same test a few times. I have definitely have taken the test a few times, but I definitely feel that I passed, and I'm passing, and I'm leveling up, and you can't get pulled into the barrel if you're out of it. So I'm out of the crab barrel. I want for my I want to see my people advance, but it's not my job. And I've learned that. That was also a big learning lesson for me too. That sometimes we get so caught up in wanting. We get so caught up in wanting better for other people who don't want better for themselves. And we will try, and we will try, and we will try, and we will try again, and we will do, and we will give, and we will sacrifice over and over again. And what I'm learning is to say a prayer, and let it go. I am not God. If God can't fix them, what makes me giving them a chance over and over and over and over and over and over and over is going to help the situation anymore? So I've learned to, I could lead you to the water, but if you don't drink, that is not my problem. And I am giving it to God. No more, no more of that. No more taking on people's burdens. No more trying harder than they are. I am not doing that anymore. I am not doing that anymore. So, I have learned some things. I have learned some things. I definitely have learned some things, and I've experienced some things, and I got to just get excited about this second half. I'm not sure where God is leading me, but I know that I worked in the music industry for a decade. I worked in film and television for a decade, and I'm excited to see what this next decade is going to be. All right, so this time, I mean, I've had some time off. I've been off since this is now April, so I've had some time off, and in this time, I was able to um, attend my youngest nephew Peyton, who is 13. He plays basketball. He also plays baseball, so he is the athlete of the family, and I got to attend all of his basketball games for this season. And he really played. Oh my gosh, he played so great. I mean, I watched him last season, but this season he really got into it. Like, he had me excited about basketball. I've never been excited about basketball the way I was excited about basketball this season. I mean, we were yelling and screaming, and he was shooting threes, and I mean, it was crazy. It was so crazy. And his dad was yelling, and we're all yelling, and the team, he carried his team. I was so proud of him. He definitely carried his team. So I'm grateful I got to experience that, of seeing my nephew play not baseball, basketball in such a great way. It was so dope. I also got to spend lots of time with Maddox. So Maddox is my oldest nephew, who has been on the show twice. We did episode first season called Being the First, where we talked about being the firstborn, because I'm the firstborn, he's the firstborn, and just our experiences of being the firstborn and having a younger sibling. And then I had him on again third season, and he just talked about what he needed as a 16-year-old male. Like, for me, I feel like in order for us to be helped or to be given help, we need to understand what people need. And if we don't understand what you need, then it kind of makes it harder for us to facilitate help or advice, or maybe you don't need any help. But we wouldn't know that unless you told us what you needed and what you didn't need. So we spoke about that. And he spoke about his dreams of a clothing line, and I can report and say that he has started his clothing line. I'm so proud of him. He has started his clothing line. He has his logo, and he's working on his samples, and he is just watching the whole thing unfold is amazing. So I'm grateful that I've been able to have time with him, and we went on a college tour. We got on a bus, me and him, we got on a bus, and we went on a college tour. We went to Maryland and DC, Bowie, Howard, Maryland State, and another school. I can't remember the last school we went to, but it was fun. We had a good time. We had a really good time. We got on a bus. The bus broke down. Um, but it was every it was enough to make our story even better. So it was great. We had a great time. We went on a college tour. He got to experience some of the HBCU life, which he's now kind of, in limbo of if he wants to go away or if he wants to stay and if he wants to stay and go to FIT. So it was good. It was good. We've been having a good time, and I've been able to spend. I'm always with my sister, but just helping her with things that some of the things she has, some big goals that she's been trying to accomplish. So I've been able to help her, and we've been clearing space. I have a lot of stuff. So I've been getting rid of stuff. I've been donating stuff. I've been giving stuff away. If you follow and I've been giving aspiring stylists and stylists some of my key pieces, because I've been trying to, like, I've been reselling. I've been selling some of my stuff, but I worked really hard for my stuff. And if I spend $3,000, $4,000, $1,000 on something, and they're offering me 2,100, I'd rather give it to somebody and let them love what I loved again. So I've been giving stuff away, and that's been great because it's allowing me to give the backstory to some of the pieces that I have and things that I've collected over the time. And I've been wearing my stuff and realizing that, oh, this is not, I will never wear this again, or promising myself I'm going to wear this. And if I don't, in a month, getting rid of it. I've also been helping some of my friends do their closet overhauls. And ladies, I'm just going to say this. If you're keeping a pair of heels and you can't walk to the kitchen, put them on. Walk to the kitchen. If you can walk to the kitchen in them and they make you feel good and you're not hurling over, keep them. But if they hurt, get rid of them. Give them to somebody else. Resell them. Do something, because we are becoming collectors of stuff. And a lot of our, like, I come from a family who is a collectors of stuff, just different kind of stuff. And we think that collecting shoes and bags and clothes and having closets full of clothes and shoes and bags is not hoarding, but it is. And I've realized that about myself. So I've been giving clothes away, and I've been helping my sister clear space, and I've been clearing my storage. I have a storage space that I have so much stuff in that storage. And when I go back into the storage, I'm like, why do I still have this? Let it go. So just in that space of, letting stuff go and clearing space and trying to just get rid of stuff and, sell what I can, and think about all the purchases that I've made over the time and the money that I've wasted. And it's also given me a different mindset on luxury goods. Luxury goods. It's crazy. Everyone wants a Birkin, and we're finding out from all these TikToks that people are doing from China that Birkins are being made in China. I don't know how real or not real that is, but I know that I'm grateful that I lived in a time where luxury goods like Chanel and Hermes and Yves Saint Laurent were great quality. Like, you spent your money, you felt like you were getting great quality. Fabrics were great, and the craftsmanship was great. And not to say that it's not any better now. I don't buy those type of clothes and things now because I just feel like um, it's not the same. The quality is not the same. But to those who do, you know, I think that we should make better choices in buying these luxury goods, because I'm watching my friends and my nephews buy things polyester blend. I'm not spending $800 on no polyester blend. I'm just not doing it. To each his own, but polyester was a fabric that was created to be cheaper. Listen, to each his own, but it's just not my thing anymore. So in clearing space and stuff, I've definitely been looking at things like, oh my God, you spent that much money on that. Oh my God, you spent that much money on that. You bought that? Like, wow. So I have been talking to my friends and helping guide them into luxury purchases. Like, if you're gonna buy something that's gonna be $5,000 or $3,000, or a bag that you're gonna spend $10,000 on, let's make sure that it is quality. Let's make sure that it's an investment piece. Let's make decisions based off of what the resale is now, so that if you do buy a bag, you know that this is a trendy bag, and what designers, what I'm learning about the resale is that there are designers that are trendy. There are designers that are more popular than the other, and those are the bags that come to resale. So just in trying to read my WWD, which is Women Wears Daily, and reading, just following some bloggers. There's some great bloggers out there who have great information, and just trying to understand where the trends are going and where the forecasts are going and what brands, and all the designers, we watching all these houses, all the designers change in these houses. So just paying attention to where they're going and understanding that where they're going is probably where the trend is going to go. So it's definitely given me some time to really get back into my love of fashion and just my love of styling. I was able to take on a new client, a football player, and I let my nephew um, assist me. So it was great to see. It was great to see that. Oh my God, it was so much fun to see my nephew helping me style a client. So it was great. So I'm definitely grateful for this time. It's been hard, and it's been great. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely been great. Just having the free time to spend with my nephews and to witness My nephew playing basketball, great. Baseball season's about to start, so I'm able to go to his baseball games. And now that I have the time, everyone knows it takes a village. So when my sister is busy, I could jump in and pick the kids up or drop them off because they do have very busy schedules. So it's been great that I've been able to help my sister, and I've been able to spend time with my nephews, and I've been able to spend time with myself. So it's been a gift and a curse. I also did something that I've never done before, which is I went to so my one of my good friends, Nicholas Pinnock, who has also been on my podcast. We did 2 great episodes, so you guys should look back in season 2 and see where those are, because they were really really good. So my friend Nicholas Pinnock, who's been on my show before, he's an actor. We worked together on For Life. I was his personal, which means I covered just him on that show For Life, and we became friends since. And he was here for press week for a show that he did on that's actually on Peacock, called Long Bright River. So if you haven't seen it, you should check it out, Long Bright River. And he was here for press, and he was like, "Hey, me, I'm here. You want to come with me to do the Kelly Clarkson show?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll do the Kelly. I'll come with him. Like, I'll go." And I'm thinking, go and be backstage in the green room. Not a big problem. I've done this many a times before. I'll come and support you, no problem. But it was actually to sit in the audience. So I sat in the audience, and he had another friend there, M. Hollis, who is now my new friend. She was also there. This was the day before her birthday, and I latched on to her. I'm like, "Come on, M. Hollis, we're going to go and sit in the audience." And I kind of forced her to do it, which was kind of forcing myself to do it. And we sat in the audience. And not only did we sit in the audience, but we sat behind the girl who threw to the commercial. So when the camera came in, there was us. She was nervous, I was nervous, but we did something that we never did before, and it was fun. And it blossomed a friendship, because now I have a new friend through Nicholas, M. Hollis, and she is an amazing director, and she's super cool, like just a super cool person. So, I did something new. I went and I sat on a talk show, and now me and my sister are going to go sit on all the talk shows, because I feel like that's my research and development for my own show. So I went and sat, and I'm gonna go sit in some of the audiences. So when Sherry Shepherd comes back, I'm hoping to get tickets to Sherry Shepherd, because I want to sit in her audience. I want to sit in Tamara Hall's audience. I'm just gonna be sitting on all of the audiences. So I did something new, and that was exciting. And what else did I do? Oh, so bowling. Last year, I started bowling. I joined a team. I did a bowling league too, summer league, and then I joined a winter league. Bowling was fun until it wasn't, and it's over. And now I'm playing golf with my sister. My mom is a big golf player. She plays golf, I think, 2, 3 times a week. She's been playing for years. Whenever we go to her house, she's up early in the morning to go play golf while we sleep. But me and my sister, now we're going to learn golf so that we can play golf with her. And this is our new hobby. So stay tuned to how my golf hobby is going, because that's my new thing. Bowling, I still love bowling, and I still bowl occasionally here and there when there's time, or when my sister's bowling, and I still go and support her because she bowls and she's in a few leagues, and I've met some great people, so I like to still go and check on them and hang out with them. So bowling was good, and now we're gonna try golf. So let's see how that goes. But I needed a hobby, so that's gonna be my hobby for the summer, golf. And I just learned that I love being outside, which is something that's weird for me to say, because I'm not even a girl who liked the grass before, and now all I want to do is be outside. So I'm so excited that the trees are sprouting and the grass is growing and the sun is coming in hotter and hotter, and we're about to be in summertime. So I'm very excited about that. So bowling, golf, enjoying my nephews, helping my sister out, just being able to revisit in my mind my highlight reels. Oh, I started volunteering at a food bank, which is very humbling. And it's also, I like the woman who runs the program. She's pretty cool, and I really enjoy being around her. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been up to for the last couple of months, and just trying to get the courage to do the episode. I've shot this episode again and again and again, and I've thought about it and I thought about it, and I finally just had to say, just do the episode. And I'm doing the episode. So, I just want to encourage people who, in my industry, film and television, who aren't working. And this is not just for people in film and television who aren't working, because there's so many people who have lost their jobs with this new administration coming in and things changing. There's so many people who have lost their jobs, people who have been in their careers. It's hard. It's hard to lose your job and then have to do a resume, or have to think about what it is that you done over the last 20 years, or what is it that you do well. I've been taking some classes. I've been taking Apple classes. Apple gives tons of free classes that you could find in the stores, Apple stores. So I've been taking tons of classes from Apple: how to use my iPhone, how to use my iPad, how to use Pages, because I didn't even realize Pages was a thing, and Pages and Numbers, and just utilizing the things that I have and learning. So it's been great, and revamp that company and really be able to see what I can do, if it's something I could do with it or not. And I've come up with a few things of I've always done closet overhauls, and that's just where I come in and I help you go through your closet, what we're going to keep, what we're not going to keep, what fits, what just making what you have. Let's utilizing what you have and getting rid of what you don't. So I've still been doing that, but I'm doing that now. I've been doing that now with a lot of my friends, because I've been clearing space and getting rid of stuff, and inspiring them to do the same. So I still do that, but now what I'm doing is helping people with their like when they buy luxury goods. Like, let's make sure that this is a good purchase. Like, let's see what the resale is going to be on this in 5 years when you don't want this bag again, or how much do you spend on bags every year, or just trying to help people think through the process of buying luxury goods, so that they understand that there are things that are trendy, there are things that are classic, there are things that are able to go into season, and just making better choices as far as when buying luxury goods. So I'm doing that, and then I've been doing this new thing. So when I was working, I had started doing this thing where I would wear the same outfit for the whole week, the same exact outfit: pants, shirt, hoodie, or whatever it was that I was wearing. I would wear the same thing for 5 days. Now, at the end of the week, I would ask people, hey, did you notice that I wore this all week? And person, not one person remembered or noticed that I had on the same thing. And if they did, they weren't being honest enough. But honestly, I believe that nobody really paid that much attention, which makes it me just say nobody really pays that much attention, and we could repeat our clothes. I don't know where we got this attitude of wearing things once or buying. Like, I have tons of things that when I go back into this closet and start looking, when I was into Hervé dresses and Louboutins and all these things that I wore one time, because they were either uncomfortable or they hurt, or I thought, for a birthday or for a party, or you think once you get photographed in it, you don't wear it again. This celebrity mindset that I picked up. But either way, I started wearing the same thing. Nobody noticed. So when I buy something now, like I bought some essential pants, some wide leg essential pants. They're like a tracksuit material, and I love them. So if I love them, then I need to wear them, and I need to wear them more than once. So I've been translating them into different looks. So I've been dressing them up, I've been dressing them down, I've been wearing them in different kind of ways. But I've been wearing these pants, and I've been trying to figure out ways to make, well, not that I've been trying to figure it out, because a friend of mine just said, Mia, you know how to make 20 looks out of one look. And that is true. So I've been doing this thing where I've been wearing the same things, like one thing, like maybe a pair of pants, or taking 10 items and making it into a week's worth of looks, or trying to pack light. So I've been practicing these things so that I can help share them with you, because I am a great packer. I've always been. For other people, for myself, I overpack. But just being realistic in packing light and learning how to rewear things and wear what you have, and recreating new looks out of old things, and maybe adding one or two pieces to your wardrobe. But I just want, we're about to enter into, I don't even know if this is a recession, if that's what you want to call it, but I just want people to make better choices when they're purchasing clothes, and wearing the clothes that we have and recreating looks, and utilizing the same thing. Because yes, there are tons of influencers and tons of stylists and tons of people on Instagram and TikTok that are amazing in getting dressed and showing, all the things that they have, and there's tons of people who are following and going broke. So I just want to give those who are interested, the capability of creating something out of the same thing several times over, and feeling great about it, and learning how to take something from day to night and translate something in that's casual into dressy, and just by changing a shirt or a shoe or adding a different sneaker, or just all the kind of tips and tricks that I've been picking up, and just reminding myself, from being someone who loves fashion and who sometimes buys something and loves it. So I've been doing that, and I'm added that service into the company. So I'm just kind of revamping and coming up with new ideas on how to be able to utilize my styling services and my styling gift. Being a person who can get dressed and take nothing and make it into something fabulous, it's a gift. It definitely is a gift, and I'm enjoying watching some of the girls and the boys on Instagram taking these looks and creating stuff and getting dressed. And I mean, it's lovely. But not everyone is gonna have all the funds, and not everybody is gonna have the size, and not everyone are these people. So I'm just using my gift of styling and creating looks, and just my vision to help people use what they have, and make what they have and what they loved before be able to be loved again, or give it away. So that's what I'm doing here now. So with that being said, I've been taking my highlight reel and old experiences and creating new experiences for myself, and figuring out ways that I could create new experiences for other people, on top of still doing my podcast. So this is season 4, and it's going to be great. And as you see, we are in a new space. I'll be doing episodes from this space, and I'll be doing episodes from the other space, maybe, just depending on how the funds are, because everyone knows I am self-funded. So I am pivoting and going into another location so that I could save money and use that money for editing and other things that I need for the podcast. So with that being said, I have created a Ko-Fi link, which is in my Instagram link tree, to allow people to donate and to give money to me, so that I could keep creating, keep doing the show, keep doing my podcast. I love this podcast, and I wanted to continue, but I have to appropriate my funds and making sure that my bills are paid, and that I have a roof over my head, and that my car note is paid, and my essentials are done. And so here we are. I have a Ko-Fi link for donations. I am trying to just, collect what I can so that I can move forward in doing this. So check out the link. Check out my Ko-Fi link. It's in my Instagram bio, in my link tree. I will put it down here if I can. And let's just see where we go with this. Let's see where season 4 goes. I'm looking forward to sharing my experiences, sharing my friends, sharing my guests. And here we are, season 4, new and in between. Click, watch, and subscribe, and follow the journey. Let's see where we going. Thank you guys for coming back, and thank you guys for showing up. New and in between, Mia Quinn Maddox. Peace. New and in between. Check it out. YouTube. Click, like, and subscribe. Subscribe. Thanks.